Hi, and welcome back. This is our third lesson this summer term, and today we're going to be talking about pitch. Now, we've discussed rhythm and the beat, and you can go back to the earlier videos to watch them, and hopefully you've made your new instruments out of the loo rolls, and if not, go back to lesson 1 and you'll see how we make those, and you can bring them into this lesson. Okay, pitches. Pitch is how high and how low the music sounds. When you hear the sound, how high and low the note sounds. Okay, now pitches are drawn on a stave which is made up of 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, which creates 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. We always count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've got a short little video to show you how we draw notes on a stave. Let's look at this tune. Music is notated on a stave with 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will see that this note here is on the 1, 2, third line, counting from the bottom, and this note is on the 1, 2, second space, counting from the bottom. At the beginning, you'll see a treble clef. Lower sounding instruments might have an alto, tenor, or bass clef shown here instead. The treble clef helps us to identify pitch, how high or low a note is. The treble clef is also called a G clef, as it shows us where G is in a circle on the second line. We use the first 7 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just like the earth, when we travel around, we return back to home. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A, B, C. But pitch isn't circular, it's vertical, going up and down from low to high sounds. So now we work our way vertically up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, going back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You'll notice we had 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's. They're 8 notes apart, which is called an octave. Now let's add our 5 lines from the stave. Knowing that it's a treble clef, we know that this second line is the G, so we put it over the G. If we do that, you'll notice the lines are formed over the E, G, B, D, and F. And the spaces are F, A, C, E. We tend to say face in space. F, A, C, E spells face. There's an old saying I grew up with for the lines, every good boy deserves football. Great, we'll come back to pitches when we're playing our first melody today. Now our composer today is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And he was born on January 27, 1756 in Austria. Now in Austria, we pronounce Mozart, the Z in Mozart, with a T and then an S. Mozart, that's how it was pronounced. Now, he was actually born with a much longer name. Let me see if I can read this correctly. Johannes Chrysostomus Wolfgangus Theophilus Mozart. He added his own Amadeus to that. Now, both him and his sister as children were both very gifted musicians, and they traveled all over Europe as children performing for the royalty. Now, he wrote over 600 pieces of music. And he actually composed concertos for our flute and clarinet. Now the piece of music we're going to listen to today is EINE NACHTMUSIK, which actually translates a little night music, but back in those times he was really meaning it's just a little serenade. Now Mozart was a composer for opera, so he was able to create different moods and different characters in his music, and you'll hear that really clearly in this EINE NACHTMUSIK first moment. So let's listen. You recognize that? Now it's so uplifting, this piece of music. Now something's happening. It changes the mood. It's calming. And light. Still calm. Now Mozart's giving. Something else is happening. Oh no, it's building. Building, building, and very jubilant again. different character, different mood. Something's coming up. Now I often think this sounds like fairies dancing in the backyard. And everything's happy, but it changes again. And then, back to the fairies. Everybody's playful. And it changes, the mood's changed again. And it builds up. More. And building up to something good happen. And he relaxes it. There, isn't it clever how Mozart is able to change the mood, the atmosphere of the music so well? So, we're ready to get out our instruments now. Hopefully you've got your instruments made, but if you haven't yet, go back to video 1 and you can learn how to make them. Okay, so here's my clarinet. You can see I have my 3 holes at the front, a little finger there, my back piece there for my thumb, and another back piece there for your thumb, and I can hold it like this, and we play it like this. And if I turn that into exact same hand position, but now the flute and the lips will just go just like here. And we're set. Remember to have your little finger down. So we're going to learn some notes today. We're learning about pitches, and we're going to learn how to find our notes on our instrument. And we're going to play our first song today. We're going to start with some finger ballet exercises to get to know our notes and our finger positions. So if you become really confident at reading music and finding your notes on your flute, when you do get back to school and you have your proper instruments, you'll find this really easy. So looking at the top line flutes, you'll notice that the first note is a 2-beat note. We learned from last week the rhythms. So that's a ta, and the next note is a 2. So that we have 4 2-beat notes, minims or half-beat notes. And it's on, the first note is on the 3rd line, 1, 2, 3, 3rd line, which is where B is. And B is our thumb and first finger, thumb and first finger on the flute, and your thumb's back here, held there, and your little finger down there. So that's your B. And you can hold that as a B. Thumb, first finger, and little finger. And that's your first note. And then you hold that for 2, ta, and the next note, you'll notice because we're talking about high and low pitches, it goes down to an A. A is on the 2nd space. So you look at the 2nd note there, it's on the 2nd space. So how you're going to say this is you're going to go B for 2, A for 2, B for 2, A for 2, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B for 2. You see how the first 2 bars are 2-beat notes, then 3rd bar are 1-beat notes, and then follow that by the quicker quavers or 8th notes. B, A, B, A, B will fit 2 of those in every beat. So I'm going to count you in with a steady pulse. I'll count in 4 beats, and you're going to do that with me. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. B for 2, A for 2. B for 2, A for 2. B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B for 2. And you can see you can hold it against your lip and still hold it, get good position. You can still speak out the letters. Okay, so, this time we're going to actually sing it with the actual pitch. B is the first sound, goes to A. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, here we go. B for 2, A for 2, B for 2, A for 2, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B for 2. Okay, let me get my flute out here. And you're going to finger it with your instrument and say the notes, sing the notes, and I'm going to play it. 1, 2, together with me. How did you do with that? Okay. Okay, let's look at the same music for clarinets. That's the line underneath. Now, your first note is on the bottom line, and it's held for 2 beats, and that's called E. Thumb and first finger. You notice which hand I'm holding up on the top hand. It's the left hand on top, okay? So E for 2, D for 2. E for 2, D for 2. E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D, E for 2. Okay, this time we'll do it together, and we'll sing the pitches as we do it. You can sing along matching my pitches. Are you ready? 1, 2, here we go. E for 2, D for 2, E for 2, D for 2, E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D, E for 2. Now our target is to move our fingers just like a robot would. Snap the fingers at the exact moment when the new note begins. Okay, so it's not a lazy motion, but it's a snapping motion, ups and downs. Okay, you're going to play it on your instrument as I get my clarinet and play it along with you. Are you ready? 1, 2, play it with me. Very good. Now we'll hear it with the C clarinet being played. So if you're singing along your pitches, clarinetists will be singing slightly higher. So let's hear it together. Off we go. So you'll see it's the same notes, the same fingerings, but it just sounds a little higher when you're singing along. Okay, let's go to our next group of notes. First with our flutes. I'll get my flute out here. Okay, let's look at the next group of notes. The next finger ballet. Flutes, your first note is on the second space, which is the A, 2 fingers. You notice it's the left hand. And it goes to the second line, lower, 3 fingers. 2 fingers to 3. A for 2, G for 2. A for 2, G for 2. A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A for 2. Okay, let's get our finger position. Little finger down there. Let's try it with me. Got your A ready, 2 fingers. Get your piece out there. And sing and say it with me. Off we go. A for 2, G for 2, A for 2, G for 2, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A for 2. Well done. And this time you're going to do it as I play along on my flute. Okay? 1, 2, play with me. How did that go? Okay, clarinets, are you ready? Okay, clarinets, let's get your instruments ready. Your first note is underneath the stave. It's called a D, 2 fingers, D. You notice these are the same fingerings as the flutes. D, and the next note is called a C. Now it's written underneath the stave, and we've run out of lines, so we draw a little line through it. That's called a ledger line. I call it C for Saturn. Even it should be an S for Saturn, but I say it's C for Saturn. So C, 1, 2, 3. Now our first note is going to be D, 2 fingers, followed by 3 fingers. You notice I don't take anything off, I just add a finger. So this would sound like this. D for 2, C for 2. D for 2, C for 2. D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D for 2. And moving, snapping your fingers like a robot. Okay, let's do it together, and we'll sing it together. Off we go now. D for 2, C for 2, D for 2, C for 2, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D for 2. Okay, and this time you do your fingering on your instrument, and I'll play on my clarinet. Off we go. Okay, let's hear this line with our C clarinet. So you'll notice it'll finger just the same, but it'll sound a little higher. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Well done. Okay, let's go to our final exercise before we play our song. Okay, flutes, your first note, just like the beginning when we started, is on the middle line. So that's B, first finger and thumb. And it's little finger down, B for 2. And then it goes to A for 2. Then it goes down to G for 2. We're on the second line now. So it's B, A, G. See how I'm adding fingers? I never take any fingers off. So it's B for 2, A for 2, G for 2. So we've gone lower, and now we're starting to go higher again. A for 2. B, A, G, A, B, A, G, A, B for 2. Now, shall we try singing it with me as you finger along, flutes? Off we go. B for 2, A for 2, G for 2, A for 2, B, A, G, A, B, A, G, A, B for 2. And this time, you finger them as I play on my flute. Off we go now. Let's get our clarinets. Let's get our clarinets out. You clarinetists were very patient waiting for us. Okay, so our first note now is E, goes to D, and now down to the C. E for 2, D for 2, C for 2, D for 2. E, D, C, D, E, D, C, D, E for 2. That's difficult to get the snapping in. So that you can practice a few times until it's really fluent. Okay, let's do it with me. Okay, let's sing it and finger it along with me. Off we go. E for 2, D for 2, C for 2, D for 2. E, D, C, D, E, D, C, D, E for 2. And you play it and sing it while I play my clarinet. 1, 2, 3. And let's hear it with a C clarinet, the smaller C clarinet. And remember, it's going to be everything's the same, except it's going to sound a little higher. Off to 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, we're ready for our song. It's going to use those 3 notes. Looking at the music, for flutes on the top line, we start with our B, first finger, and it's a 1-beat note. Down to A, down to G, back to A, B, B, B for 2 beats, A, A for 2 beats, B, B, B for 2 beats. Do you know what the song this is? Second line goes B, A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, A, G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, watch out for where there's 4 B's in a row on the second line, second bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 B's. Okay, so shall we say it with me? And we'll do it together. Get your B ready. 1, 2, 3, go. B, A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, 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 A, G, A, B, 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 A, B, A, G, 2, 3, 4, stop. Okay, you know your rhythms from last week, so you know your 1, 2, and 4 beat notes. Okay, let's you play that, and I will play it on my flute. Ready together? 1, 2, 3, go. Well done. So now let's try that song with our clarinets. You'll notice your first note is on the bottom line, E, thumb and first finger. E goes to D, goes to C, back up to D, E, 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 down to D, 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 back up to E, E, E. Stay there. E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, D, E, D, C. Hold for 4 beats. 3, 4, stop. So let's sing it and play it together. Ready? Off we go now. E, D, C, D, E, 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 down to D, 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 E, 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 D, C, D, E, 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 D, D, E, D, C. Ah. Now you'll finger it and sing it while I play it on my clarinet. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, shall we hear it on the C clarinets, the little C clarinets? So remember, it's exactly the same, but a little higher. 1, 2, 3, go. Well done. You're now reading music. You know how to find the notes on your instrument. You can read pitch, rhythm, and know how to play with a steady pulse, the beat. So next week we can start learning lots of melodies, and I've got some backing tracks, some really fun ones to play along. We'll build up some new music. Okay, I can't wait to see you again. If you haven't got your instrument made, remember to go back to lesson 1. There's a little review you can go through, listen to make sure you understand how rhythm works, the beat and the pitch. Okay, see you next week. Bye for now.